this was so funny. There popped up literally a treffen that we had, I think like 12 years ago.
Wow.
And this lady was in this picture, and she was huge because she was pregnant with her first son. So I
Aw.
sent this to her like, oh my God, look at, we have to treffen today. And this just popped up. So, and I was showing it to everybody else because we always try to take a picture, for memories. So it was pretty amazing.
That's
So
so awesome. I love it.
yeah, so this worked out really well. I'm really excited about that. And then somebody already volunteered to host the next one, which I am actually, two people volunteered, because usually it's for the students, so we always get someone to host it at their house, and if nobody hosts it, I host it. But I have a very small place, but it worked out fine. I don't mind having a lot of people.
I love it.
So, but my issue is I currently literally only have one stream of income left out of 8.
Okay.
So when you were talking about urgency, was it this morning, or emergency? I am always, and I think for most of my life that I can remember, in an emergency state.
Okay.
I would like to change that. It's very stressful to live like that. And I'm trying, I'm working on how can I create more streams of income, because they like literally, I mean, they literally evaporate. It's hard to explain. I mean, they have you ever read this book, Where's the Cheese?
Yep. Who moved my cheese?
Yes. So I read this, and that is very similar to my situation. Yes, certainly the germ, but even now with summer, it's very difficult to grow, because I'm like, I'm gonna grow, not grow, grow, grow my German academy more. But with summer, it's been really bad to do that. I mean, literally, I have several classes where there's only one person in there, and those are usually 10 people classes. So,
Okay.
I mean, it's one person certainly is better than none. But yeah, summers usually are slow. So I'm just really struggling with that. And yeah, so give me some
So,
positive encouragement how to add some more positive streams of income without having to take any money out of my pocket to do that.
sure. Absolutely. So, an image came to mind while you were talking. And do you like to you're not a gardener, right? Or do you
No,
plant things? Okay.
no, my
Now,
daughter does. This is funny you bringing this up. My mother had plants everywhere. I used to when I lived in Germany, but when I came here, I could never get them to work, so I just stopped. But my daughter has plants all over the house, so
okay.
I'm not. No,
So let's just use that as
I
an
don't cook
example.
and I don't garden.
Okay. You used to, so you know what a healthy plant looks
Well, I used to cook because I had small children and I had to
like.
cook. I've never enjoyed it because it's always a big mess and you have to clean it up.
Right. Right.
I'd rather prefer a man that likes to cook.
And likes to clean
But
up.
yes, because I do like to eat. I just being honest.
Sure, absolutely. I love it. So here's the thing. Imagine you were going to go plant something. You were going to go buy a plant. Looking at a plant, whether it's healthy or not.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just saying it's very basic, very simple. Because you can look at it and it's supposed to have a certain form, a certain vibration, a certain look, a certain feel. What I would offer you is as much as easy as it is to see whether the plant is living or dying or unhealthy or healthy, we have to also look at our thoughts the same way. Now, eight of your nine income streams have walked away, disappeared, evaporated. What would you like to plant instead? Not saying a different model, but what would be the vibration? What would be the energy that you would want to plant now as it relates to an income stream? What would you want your income streams to be like? And this is where we have to start to really define them, kind of like you did the 78 things for your gentleman that you want, however many, whatever number that's up to.
Yeah, that hasn't worked at all, just to let you know.
Well, it hasn't worked because there's a couple of things about it. One, not necessarily fully believing it all, just writing it down, going, well, I wrote it down, it doesn't work. Maybe you've looked at it, maybe you haven't. And if you have, it isn't over yet. So we're not putting you in the ground. So there's still time and there's still space.
Well, that's definitely true, but I'm looking for it to happen, to make it happen sooner than later.
So the key is to be in that vibration now. Imagine if you were talking to me right now. Imagine the guy is in the kitchen preparing dinner for when you get off, or if you have to go do your German call after that. He's got all of the fresh food. He just came back from the market. He goes, honey, I'm getting ready to cook, Selka. I'm making your favorite. How would you feel?
How would I feel?
Yeah. What would you feel like if
Well, if I was hungry, I would be really excited, but I just ate, so I'm not.
Okay. But imagine he makes you your snacks and everything, and it's the perfect timing. You are hungry. Imagine he says, and I overhear this sound in the back because he speaks German as well. And he says, whatever he says, strudel, whatever, however it he says.
A Serbian there.
And you're like, okay. And the smile on your face is just beaming. And you say, that's, I don't know, Connor. Oh, Connor's this gentleman I met, and right. And imagine this is the guy, he's there and he's getting ready to cook a favorite light dinner that you would like. Cause you're not super hungry, but he needs to eat, but he's going to make you. And just imagine that happening right now. Imagine smelling the cooking in the house. It's a beautiful smell. It smells amazing. And I don't have to cook it. I don't have to clean it. I get to eat what I want, and the leftovers will be awesome. If you eat leftovers, if you don't, it's okay too.
I love leftovers.
Okay. So imagine that's happening right now. How would you feel? This is the law of vibration. This is the signal. And the signal is, what are you putting out so the universe can match it in vibration and bring it back to you? And I would say the same thing for whatever it is you want for your income streams. And you could say, I want an income stream that was like the other, right? Whether it be a network marketing income stream,
I want an income stream where I don't have to deal with people anymore.
Okay, so it's one.
I know that sounds very.
No. It's one of two things. It's either an affiliate, which means that you
have to deal with customers,
like an Amazon link, right, where you don't deal with the customers. It's something you offer, and they come to a web page, and because you've done some SEO work, they buy through your link to Amazon versus somebody else's. Scott Schilling had done that quite well with Amazon.
I know who that is.
A buddy of mine. He's been on a couple of calls. I'll have to get him back on another call so that you can meet him. Yeah, so affiliate link. The other thing is, again, you're German, but also offering, you have some courses where people can take it on their own with videos and stuff, or no, they're all live sessions.
Yes, they all require me, or if there's not enough of me for me to hire someone. Okay. Because a language, and if you take in other languages, I find, okay, they now have the AI where the person actually talks with you. as
Oh, wow. Okay.
yes, I have seen that. And that actually is pretty amazing because the other ones, just watching a video is not conducive to learning a language
Right.
because you have to interact and you have to have someone that literally is able to fix things and so on. So yes, I've seen it with AI where the person actually fixes the person talking to them. It's pretty amazing. I don't know how it's done, but it's been in the last couple of months, I have seen it advertised, and it's
Wow.
yes. I mean, I don't know to go. I've seen only like some a couple of advertisements, so I don't know how deep it goes in and how people. I'm not sure that it explains the grammar because that's the big thing in German because so much changes. Because yes, I can fix someone's speaking and using the wrong article and I can fix it correctly, but this person can repeat it after me, but cannot duplicate.
Right.
German is only duplicatable when you understand the grammar. If you don't know the grammar, you cannot duplicate this language. So it's doing it in a certain way, as we've learned. It's like makes so much sense when you're looking in the German. So yeah, so that's why there are no videos because the only thing people could do is like repeat the same thing
I gotcha.
over and over again, which is nice. Oh, wie geht's and guten Tag and things like basic things. Können Sie mir bitte helfen? Things like that. But you can only use them in this certain way because if you use them in another way, then it's not working out that way. You can't duplicate. German is not duplicatable unless you know the grammar.
Well, so have you heard of ClickBank?
Yes.
Okay. Have you gone to ClickBank to see what are the highest selling or the highest grossing, highest profitable items? Because those are ways that you
not in the last 6 years.
Okay, so you might want to, from again looking, because you stated very clearly, I want to deal with something where I don't have to engage with the customers. ClickBank
I don't have to engage with any people because I'm like really fed up. I hate to say this, but at this point, right now, right this minute, I'm really fed up with people.
I get it. Listen,
I'm just being honest with you and whoever is here. It's nothing against anyone, but it's like.
Well, that's the thing we always say, right?
It's just me. I mean, it's just me. It has nothing to do with other people, but I'm just really fed up with people other than my German students because they're here to learn the language. They're not here to play games. They're not here to waste my time.
Right. That's the thing we say about network marketing. I love it because of the people, and I don't like it because of the people. So I get it.
Yeah, and
so you may check out ClickBank and see if there's something there that you want to market.
Fed up with the people. I mean,
yep. No, I get it. We all go through that. I've gone through that in 24 years, lots of times.
but you show up every day.
Oh,
same thing over. I mean, different things. But I mean, for how long? The last 5 years?
Oh, 6 years now.
The last 6 years, yes. Yes.
And it's listen, I use it as a way to that it's my practice. So I practice in private and get paid in public. But I would check out ClickBank. I would look at something like that. Maybe there's a couple of things on there that if you can just drop a link someplace in different places, it might create some additional income, extra couple $100 a month. And let somebody else deal with all of that stuff. The other thing is I would start to look for
a couple $100 a month don't help me. Thousands.
I know.
I mean, you have to be honest.
Yes, I know, but if it's effortless and if all it is dropping a link, the other thing I would look at is some high end or some high value, high ticket items that people have affiliates with. There may be $3,000 or $4,000 affiliate programs where you get $1,200.
Yeah, but mostly with affiliate programs, you have to actually own the product in order to sell it.
maybe, I don't know. In 6 years, maybe some things have changed. I know.
Maybe I
Again, I just
but
throw that
back
out
then,
as some
I remember
ideas.
because that's what I started out with, and it was high ticket, but you had to like buy in for like 60,000.
Okay, yeah, no, but there might be some other affiliates that are out there. So I would just that would be one avenue, one simple avenue I would offer for just some ideas based upon the I don't want to deal with anybody. I just want to drop a link and somebody send me a check. That'd be my
But have you ever tried doing that? I mean, you would
yeah.
you have to have a very large following to put a link that people I've started building these groups, but I'm not even getting any kind of response.
Well,
So
again, part of that is your frustration with people that as you make your post, it comes through the ink and through the screen vibration. So I
you
get it.
think my posts are bad?
No, your posts aren't bad. It's the energy behind them that comes across sometimes as that's just a post to make it so that I can say I made a post. Right? That's a check the box post versus, oh, I'm really excited about this. When you post your pictures of travel, some of those are really exciting posts. Others of them, I can tell you're just like, well, I got to put up something. So let me just put up something.
Because it's like that's my passion.
Yeah.
And the other group, and I've tried to get feedback about, the wellness product is just one product. It's Lisa's product, but she does not allow me to use the link openly. It can only be private and in a group.
Right.
I'm not a wellness person, so I'm like, what kind of things should I post to attract people? Because there's not many people in there, but even just to get some dialogue going. But nobody that is a wellness person has been answering me that particular question. So yes, I get very frustrated because I'm trying to do these different things.
Right.
So then I'm just like, oh, I'm just like really fed up. I don't get to that point very often, but right now, like tonight, I'm just very fed up with it. Because I mean, I know people have huge groups and they have interaction. So
Well,
what
again, it's
yeah,
that's just a vibration. It's that those people get upset too and they get frustrated. That's why they have kind of moderators in there to help to kind of be a different flow. One of the things I've always said is, listen, you may not enjoy my company. I promise you there's somebody on the team whose company you'll enjoy. So before you wind up setting the stage or setting the cement, let me introduce you to some more of the people, right? And that's whether it be in a group or live at an event or something like that, because I'm not everybody's cup of tea. You're not everybody's cup of tea, but somebody is somebody's cup of tea. So yeah, I get that. That's why they'll have moderators and people who interact with inside the groups. But again, the key is I have a group, Daily Awakening group, that's 600 people. I haven't been in there in 2 years, probably. And there's absolutely no activity in there right now, but I could probably go in there and start to reactivate some things. And it's the hard part is getting momentum back is a heck of a lot harder, right? They in sales, we call it raising the dead is a lot harder than giving birth. So sometimes we have to give birth to new ideas because raising the dead, that's a Herculean event. And
yeah,
I don't have enough energy.
I know how to make a group, but even you said that I have several groups. So I have several groups for different things.
Right.
But I am not that wellness person, so I can't even I mean, trying to look up for some things, but I don't get any interaction in that group at all. Yeah, and I ask for help, but never gotten any. So
the other thing that
because that's just the link.
Right. Yeah.
Would have just been simple, right?
Yep.
I would have thought, but since it's not allowed to be put out on social media, since it has to be in a group, I'm pretty restricted to that.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't, and then there's always the idea, there's always the philosophy, ask forgiveness rather than permission. Oh, I forgot.
Oh, yeah, well, I have been on that receiving end, but not on purpose.
Right. Not by design.
That was, oh, I will always remember that.
So I would go back to ClickBank, check some things out. Maybe there's some things there. And then just start telling the universe, here's what I want. I've worked hard. I've been good to you, kind of like Napoleon Hill when he said, you got to give me the name to this book, because use your noodle to get the boodle ain't gonna work. And he said subconscious. He said, you've been I need you to come up with something, and just put that out there to the universe. Even if you just say it in your head, listen, I'm ready to have some fun. I'm ready to be a good student. I need something that's going to be profitable, rapid, and easy enough for me to do, that I still have my time freedom and I'm not a slave to this new idea. And I would put it out there and I would demand it. I would command it. You'd be surprised, when we talk about when the stuff hits the fan, or when our back is against the wall, necessity is the mother of invention. It's because we have no space for delay. And we always seem to have to get to a pushing point, to a breaking point, in order to enact that energy, that feeling that enough is enough. I've had enough. I've suffered enough. I want more, and I want it now. When we get stern and we really commit to asking in that energy, it's amazing. Everybody I know always says, and then you won't believe what happened. I was about to go broke. They were about to take my house, take my car, blah, 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 blah. And you won't believe what happened the next day. I got blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh my gosh, you're so lucky. And luck had nothing to do with it. It was literally a determination and a desire and a clarity. When we get clear and we don't take no for an answer, it's amazing what will break free.
I will try that.
Okay.
Well,
and
thank
I
you.
don't know. I don't know anybody who's stronger willed than you. If you don't try it, if you do it, which you can, which you have, and you will, when you do that, you'll be like, well, of course, this is what happened. That's your personality. If you do it, don't try. If you do, and you are a doer.
Yes, just do it. Don't try.
Well, Sean said to do this, and you do that. Do it with the intent. I'll be curious to see what happens. Be curious, because there's a lot of people who I'll advise with that particular phenomenon or that scenario we just described, and they go, yeah, but I doubt it'll work. Don't even start.
Yeah, that's very bad. I didn't say that, and I didn't think that.
No, I'm not saying you did. What I'm
saying, I know, but
that's where, yes, that is very bad, because people, well, I doubt it'll work, but I'll do it because you told me to do it. It's like, well, don't even start. Don't even try.
Don't bother if you're.
Yeah, don't waste your time. But if you're going to go and say, I believe something will happen, something good will happen to me, because I am commanding it, I am demanding it, and the price I will pay in return is to use my energies and to use my efforts to make that a dream come true. Listen, I was riding in a car in Puerto Rico. Michelle was not on my dream board. She was on my dream board list, but she was not in my thoughts when the envelope showed up. The envelope sat on the driver's seat because I went to the mailbox and I said, well, that's something for my mom. I'll open it later. I opened it 5 hours later and it was a picture. Still didn't have any clue. Now, 25 years later, 26 years later, we have all of the sheep in the band from having written out the list. 2 years later, all of a sudden an envelope shows up and it's like, are you nuts? Have you lost your mind, Mom? You want me to call a girl you met? You don't know her. And now 26 years later, it's not a bad story.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So was the sheep on your
No, I never wanted sheep. I thought sheep were the most obnoxious, aggravating. I never had them, but that's because everybody I spoke to who had sheep now, and I know the difference between sheep and goats, meaning
yeah.
goats will jump a fence. They'll climb a fence. The goats are the craziest animal on the planet. I always thought that
My cousin, when we were little, he had a goat. And he had a goat and he would literally take it for a walk. And it sometimes get angry. And one time it like flipped him. We were kids. He was maybe he was 8 years old and he's like walking through the neighborhood with this goat.
Yeah, goats are a different breed. And I've never had goats. They look cute, right? You see them all in the house and jumping around. But everybody I've spoken to is they are the most aggravating because they will climb. I don't know. He said they'll scale the side of a building. That's the craziest thing ever.
Yeah, because they climb on the rocks too. And
yeah. Ours climb on rocks, but they're like, I don't know, they're climbing on rocks like they're at the gala, not as if they're in a crazy rock climbing wall contest.
Babies are very cute. I really like them.
Well, and Shetland sheep, right? Because some people came out yesterday. Then some neighbors brought their kids out yesterday, their adult kids, and they said, "Is that as big as they get?" We said, "Yeah, these are Shetland sheep. Those are the parents and those are the babies, and the babies are almost as big as the parents now." So yeah,
wow. They've grown so much.
They're growing so much.
They grow fast.
And now they're being Houdini. Anura and Zorro. Every time I turn around, if I'm out working in the fences, because we've got the paddock set up now, they'll be in a different paddock because I'll hear them whining. I'm like, what are you doing over there? How did you get over there? They either bust through the fence, they don't break the fence, they either jump. I don't know how but Anura and Zorro, they're like magicians. They wind up in the different paddocks, and then they don't want to come back because they don't want to get shocked. So I don't know if they got shocked when they left. I don't know. It's the craziest
you have hot fence.
Yeah, we got hot fence.
Oh, some of the horses have that. Have you tried it? Have you tried
Oh yeah, it's well, I grew up with hot fence for the cattle.
Oh,
yeah. And it's every now and then. So when I weed eat underneath it, if the weed eater touches it, I get like, oh my God, okay, yeah. The fence is hot.
Yeah, they use it for some of the horses because some of the horses will bite the neighbor or kick shit out of the fence.
Do they have wire or they use tape, the electric tape?
No, they have it wired and they have a thing on the stall. I don't use it for Annie, but she used to have a neighbor that had it. Yeah, some people. It's
when it's a short run like that, it's even stronger.
But I can imagine it'll give you a little shock there.
It gives you a good shock, yeah.
That'll wake you right up.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too. Thank you. Who else questions on expanding your business? Growing your ideas. And probably today's Tuesday. Hopefully by Friday, you guys will have a link to go be a test rabbits instead of guinea pigs, the test rabbits for the Nest program, and start and playing with some of that stuff. So that could be a huge bonus as well to you, I hope. Hey, Wheezy.
Hello.
Hello.
I have several things going on Friday. Thank you so much. Today, I just wanted to talk about urgency, the whole thing about urgency and survival.
Right.
That was a mind blower because I have thought until this morning that sense of urgency, it's a sense of urgency. And I talk to you and I hear you and we have a conversation and I look back at all of that and I'm like, you have been treading water all the time with a great big smile you fake, you know. I mean, but that's, and I accept it, I get it. I just really appreciate that open door or that mirror or whatever it was that I was looking at, because it really shifted me. There was a shift that happened when I went, oh my gosh, there's no urgency here. The urgency is panic, which is survival.
Yep.
I probably sounded like that when you and I were talking because I felt it. But no, not but yet. Going forward, it's still there. I'm so happy to be aware of it so that I can stop and acknowledge it and like, where did that come from and who are you and what's your name? And I
exactly. So who is the one that is surviving and who is the one that understands urgency?
Well, it's yes, it's very interesting. At first I thought it was Monty, who's my jester. I thought it was Monty for some reason, and he was, but that wasn't it. That was sort of the cover up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's lighten up and just have a good look. Lighten up and have a good look rather than beating myself up. That was, and here appears a new character named Philip, which I thought was interesting because most of everybody is female named.
Right.
Except for Monty. And so Philip wasn't in a panic. He was just there was just a vibration of get her done without criticism, without judgment, a really good momentum. Would that be a correct word? Momentum, yeah. But not the I have to keep treading water. So yeah, and that was I don't know who the survivalist was. I'm thinking it was Megan again, but I don't want to blame everything on Megan.
Well, it's not blaming. It's the survival. It's good to have the survival awareness. It probably shouldn't be first chair.
Oh, amen to that. Yeah.
So, and is it a mask that all of the other ones put on? I just saw that even Veritas could get into survival because that's the only way she can connect with you.
Oh my word, what a question. Whoa.
Is it a mask they all are asked to put on
connect
so they can connect with you?
Oh my.
The frequency, the signal, so that they can, because you can't hear when you're in survival, you can't hear anything else. You don't want to hear anything else. Nothing else exists. The beatings will continue till morale improves. That's survival. So is it
now I'm really excited to have time with them without the mask.
Yeah.
Oh my word. This is a different life level.
So imagine this is exactly what we were talking about the other day when we talked about everybody, when the kids leave, they're still living life through the mask of being a parent.
Yes.
So now you're having the life experience of uncovering what was the mask, what was the lens, what was the filter through which you saw life, survival, and everybody had to speak to you through survival, right? Could you imagine if I was talking to an addict and all I kept saying was, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
Oh my gosh.
Without sympathy, without empathy, without compassion, going, just stop it. There's no reason for you to worry. You're addicted to alcohol. Are you crazy? Why would you want, you don't want one, you want 10. Why would you want 10? That's stupid. Not understanding anything about an addict. So I have to become an addict to speak to the addict.
You have to
Don't
speak
we
the
all?
addict's language.
Right? But you have to be in that signal.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're just being noise in the room. To be heard, right? So if we're in that signal, in order to hear, in order for somebody to connect, what really ticks us off is when we're arguing with somebody and they ain't mad.
Oh, amen.
Why?
Amen. It takes two to argue, and if one isn't playing, it is so frustrating for the other person.
Because they're not in the same signal.
Exactly.
So what happens if all of a sudden those moments in your life where you weren't in survival, did they have enough awareness to take the mask off to speak to you in a non-survival mode?
That's a very interesting question. I'd be really curious because what's also coming up is authenticity, because how can there be truly authenticity with masks?
Yep.
And if Veritas was wearing a mask to connect with me, connected with me, had my attention.
Go ask her. Right. I told her, Dubby. I said, ask Veritas. What? So what Veritas say?
Well, she has taken her mask off, but I haven't.
Ah. So what happens if
Has
you take
at
yours
times
off?
taken her mask off, but I didn't.
Okay. Yep. And what happens when you take yours off?
I am curious to find out. I'm excited to find out.
Now, here's the other thing that popped up. The you that is true is without mask. So there is no need to take it off. The identity you're carrying is wearing a mask. Because the identity is masking itself as you, and it is not the true you. There is nothing to be done to arrive at your perfect state. There's only remembering. So I would review your evidence file, and I would look through your evidence file and see how many of the things in your evidence file required a mask.
Oh, that's good.
Because you'll find probably none of them.
None.
When you were in front of the kids and everybody's like, my God, you got their attention. That was maskless. When you got recognized by the flight attendant, here's VIP. It was uncomfortable because everybody saw you without a mask.
I didn't have a mask then, yeah.
No, and you were scared shiitake-less.
I was.
So the action steps are to have to allow the courage that is you to stand without the mask. Who am I without this filter? Who am I without this connection? Who am I without this? Oh my gosh, I don't even recognize myself.
This is really fascinating.
So there's that.
I love this discovery. I really, I love it.
It feels different, doesn't it?
It feels, yeah, it feels really different. I was about to say, and I don't stutter anymore, except for I just did. So
Well, there's a difference between stuttering, delaying, and stuttering, acquiring. Because some people stutter on the same word. There's a stutter that can happen as you're assembling all of the inflow that's coming in versus this outflow that you know it isn't even right and they know it's not going to be right and you're stuttering trying to figure out something else and you can't say anything else because it's speaking through the mask.
exactly. Thank you for being you.
Well, it's you are welcome, and I love being me because I tried to be other people and it doesn't work so well.
Well,
The point is,
and I had so much fun.
I love being able to hear these things and be have these message dropped in. It's like, wait a second, masks. It's and then to, I mean, I get excited, almost as excited as you are, maybe even more, to hear. Wait a minute, Veritas has got a mask on so she can connect to you. She has to get in the same signal, and because they are the heart of us. And here's the thing about understanding: the heart is the most powerful thing in the body. With all of the power the heart has, it is still the most observant servant. Soon as the brain says, yeah, but the heart says, as you wish. And we step off of our passion. We step out of our joy.
Servant, servant. Wow.
So the heart is always wanting to serve. And when we let the brain start directing the traffic, we're no longer in service to the masses. We're in service to one, which is the old story, which we can't serve because it's not the now.
Treading water.
Hello. Okay, maybe the ground is loose. I'll come up and check it.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Michelle said the electric fence isn't working, so
Yeah, you were just talking about it.
Yeah. We'll go see.
Well, I just am so grateful. I am so grateful. And as much as I used you as the common enemy in booking some videos, it was with so much love and appreciation because of this, of what I had already learned, and now it is, you've up-leveled it.
Cool.
More, which is great. Thank you. Thank you.
And again, it's not about doing more, it's about remembering more.
Remembering.
And that's going to be the neat thing as every one of you chip away what's not you, and your highest and best version of you is revealed, because you can't go make your best version. You are already your best version. You were born your best version. You were created in the best version of you. The highest, most loving, joyful, best version of every one of you has already been established. What is causing us limitations is everything that was added into us, added onto us: opinions, thoughts, concepts, ideas, cultures, you name it. As we chip away that, the part of us that gets revealed is the one that is our true self. It's not about doing more. You can't do more to get to the thing that's underneath. You have to chip away. Right, Debbie? Tell them all.
Yes, Debbie.
So there you go.
Thank you.
What'd you learn? What'd you like?
Well, one of the things that stood out, a new thing that stood out, is that I am the authentic me, even with the mask on. It's that was not, it was very uplifting in where I'm at right now. It was like, oh, there's another level. And the other part, and learning also that truly Veritas had a mask on to connect with me. So that goes into a larger revelation of I am my authentic self. It's this mask that I have put on as a protection,
Which puts us in survival, not urgency.
Survival, as a survival.
Right. Yep.
And that it's been on there so long that now, I mean, to have Veritas have a mask to connect with me, that was like, oh my gosh, we don't need this. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. And I like the fact that we are, the relationship is evolving even further, more, better.
I love it. I love it.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Thank you.
Well, there you go, ladies and germs. There's your conversation. Yeah, just ask yourself, is this mask intention or is this my true self? And you'll find your true self in your evidence file. Why it was so hard to write the 500 things or 50 things in your evidence file is because it's hard to see the things when you were maskless while you're wearing your mask going, well, that really wasn't any first grade. So what? I graduated first grade. That's when you were a first grader, every fourth grader is a hero to a third grader, right? So you did all of these things, and that's when your mask was off. But because we've accomplished it, it winds up, we have to look at it through the mask and say, yeah, but it really wasn't that important. Yeah, it was. So go back and read your evidence file and see all of the moments when you were truly maskless, your authentic self.
A new addition is standing up in the second row of the cabin to be recognized.
Yep. I love it. All right, my leaders. I'm going to go see if I can shock Michelle, tell her the fence is not fixed, and see if she touches it. Go ahead, touch it. I'll let you know in the morning if I got a black eye. It's probably because something got thrown my way.
I was going to say she's going to smack you. Touches it and it's working.
That's after she goes, I'll have a moment to run. All right, I love you all. We'll see y'all tomorrow morning. I'll see y'all where?
Next event.
At the next event. All right, everybody, go have some fun. Get some rest. And check whether you got a mask on or not. It'll be some fun conversations. All right, love you tons. See you in the morning.
Good night.
Love you guys.